If you are carrying the weight of an affair, you're likely stuck between two worlds: the stability of the lie and the chaos of the truth. But before you speak, you need to know that you cannot predict the storm you're about to create. Today, we're going to break down why transparency isn't always the same thing as trust, how secrets erode your own sense of self over decades, and why the fallout of the affair might be the destructive fire your relationship actually needs to survive. While we live in a world that glorifies honesty and transparency, individual people tell a different story. Stories of a life hijacked by betrayal that haunts them for decades and decades. And while we think that transparency is the key to an intimate bond, I would like to reshape that. I believe the key is actually trust. Is transparency always a necessity for trust? While Westerners push the idea of full disclosure, they forget a critical thing. No one is prepared for the discovery. They might have assumed, they might have suspected, but they are not prepared for the truth. Just as you are not prepared for the storm that it creates. Now, I would love to give you a simple answer, but one doesn't exist. The honesty approach assumes that the partner wants to know. The secret approach assumes that the relationship will be better without the drama. While the answer is complex, one thing is crystal clear: you do not know how your partner will react. You might think you know. You've seen the patterns, you've shared a life, you think you know them. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but you cannot know how they will react until the words are in the air. The disclosure will hit your partner in the weakest spots. 1. Previous encounters with betrayal. Has this affected them before? If so, your story will open their old wounds and they will bring assumptions back from the past. The old hurt will be redirected back to you. It's a ticket to hell. Self-confidence, true inner self-confidence. An affair attacks person's sense of self. If there's a single crack, for example, a feeling of I'm not rich enough, not smart enough, not pretty enough, they will take the affair personally. They will see it as a reflection of their worth rather than a choice made by the involved partner. In this case, the affair isn't what you did, it's about their deep feeling of being not enough. The window of tolerance. This is their emotional capacity to stay in an uncomfortable situation. Can they process the heat of the moment without immediately retreating into offense or defense? It is the ability to hold space for the pain without shattering. Differentiation. This is the ability to be comfortable with the unknown. It is the maturity to realize that your partner is a separate person with their own internal world, and that their mistakes, however painful, do not define your own identity. It's the strength to remain you while us is in crisis. Without high differentiation, the partner feels your actions are a theft of their reality. These are speculations. Even if you have answered these about your partner, it is only in your imagination. This is the truth. You don't know how they will react. This is why many people try to hide the affair. They value stability over honesty. But that brings other problems. If we hide, we create a gap between them and us. If there is a secret, it must live somewhere. And that place is between me and them. Since there is something between us, there is a limit how vulnerable and how authentic we can be. The secret keeps things in check, but requires even more secrets to sustain itself. All these accumulate and limit the joy and happiness a couple experiences. The secret also attacks the holder of it. How can I think of myself as an honorable person when I lie to the one I love? What is my own word worth? Who have I become? 2. Resentment. The secret is a part of your authentic self. If it is hidden, you can never be truly authentic. Combine that with the most common reason for an affair, a quest for authenticity, and this leads to even more affairs. You might even subconsciously create resentment, thinking your partner is the one preventing you from being your true self. 3. The clock. How long will you keep it? If it haunts you, how long can you hold it? It feels logical, maybe even heroic, to reveal the secret after a day or a week. But what about 10 years, 25 years? 4. The delusion. If we can be authentic and share the secret and both partners don't take it personally, that is the perfect scenario. Imagine it. You share your hidden side and your partner is fully compassionate. Oh, thank you for sharing this with me. It probably was exhausting to keep this from me. You know, we haven't had much deep connection lately. I hope we can fix this. Look, from now on, every Sunday is just for us. I want to bring us back where we were. If you think this will be the response, you are optimistic and very delusional. The necessary chaos. The affair shows the worst of us. It truly does. We can no longer think rationally, the amygdala takes full control. The affair isn't a side game, it becomes a life or death situation. It's a full blowout of every little hurt experienced in their lives. Every little pain ever felt that wasn't fully processed will be alive again, and now directed at you. And you know, maybe that is what is needed. Because most of the time, the affair was a symptom of a relationship that had gone dull. The things that change are chaotic, destructive, life-changing, because sometimes that is what is needed. Whether you decide to reveal the affair or keep it hidden, that choice alone isn't what makes the change. It's about learning from the affair. It's about going deep into what you've done without the judgment of right or wrong. It's about learning from that so you can have love, romance, or authenticity in your life, together or separated.